Good morning, YouTube. I'm Wally. You're watching Swamp Fox Adventures. That's ReelBabes, and we are still up in North Carolina. We came up last night for the Polar Express train ride on the Great Smoky Mountain Railroad, and that was a blast. I cannot wait to get that video out. It was seriously, I was not expecting it to be such a good time, and it was incredible. And it is cold and it is rainy up here in the mountains of North Carolina. We are in Asheville now, and we're going to go to Sunny Point to get some breakfast because we have not been there in...
It's probably been at least 15 years.
Yeah, I was going to say 10, but I'm so old that like everything was, 10 years ago, but it was usually like 15.
Yeah.
So we're going to get some breakfast, and like always, y'all are coming with us. Well, we are in not downtown Asheville. I think we're actually in West Asheville, technically. And it's your typical early morning in Asheville. We've already seen multiple homeless hippies waking up, popping out of their little nightly bush home or bush caves, I guess, carrying their bedrolls and stuff. I'm not knocking it. I was a homeless hippie a long time, way more years than I should have been. But yeah, I kind of forgot how many homeless hippies there are up here in Asheville. Okay, not sure what's going on with Sunny Point. It's the same logo, same name, but it looks like they changed locations. It's different. It's sort of in the downtown area of West Asheville here, and we have found a full-blown homeless hippie camp. Actually, I think it's like a food, like soup kitchen type thing. But it's right across from Sunnyside, and there is a ton of people there. So I'm gonna get some video of that. Okay, here's like check-in point, and then up the road is like a gated hippie type area. No loitering, trespassing on this or neighboring property when closed. Okay, so I guess it's only available when it's open. Oh, homeboy's drinking a beer, talking to it.
It's not a beer.
What is it?
It's ginger ale.
Oh, okay. I like ginger ale.
I know you like ginger
I
ale.
love ginger ale.
Oh, but like...
There's one spot there. Okay, something I want to point out and I want to be clear on. I'm not knocking homeless or the homeless problem. Like I said, I've been homeless myself several times, actually. Immediately after high school for about 2 years. Actually, I was living in a place, it was the cheapest rent I could get, and then I came home from work one day. It was $80 a week, $320 a month, and the police were there, and it was like a big boarding house, and everyone I lived with was out on the street because the cops showed up because the lady that was our landlord, she didn't own the house. She had just like found this house and started renting rooms. So after that, I couldn't find another place that I could afford at, I think I was making $7 an hour, which was pretty good back in the day. But yeah, I had no clue. So I guess I just wasn't really prepared for the huge influx of homeless peoples into the West Asheville area. And there's some stark differences from the way they handle homelessness to the way I handle homelessness. They're there at a free kitchen, free food, and there's all kinds of these homeless people orbiting that center with signs, you know, asking for spare change, homeless, jobless, this, that, and the other thing. When I was homeless, I never begged, not once. We always called it spanging. I never did that. I always got a job in a restaurant, even as a dishwasher, anything. I'd always try to get, you know, prep cook, line cook, something like that. Busboy, anything you can, because you get a job in a kitchen in a restaurant, you're eating. Like the first day on the job, you're eating. You get a shift meal. You even get a couple of shift drinks sometimes, and you immediately start eating. So you don't have to worry about food until, you know, you get that paycheck. You don't have to worry about money, I should say, until you get that paycheck, because all you really need to do is feed yourself, shelter yourself, and when you're homeless, you're sheltering where you can. So at least you're eating, and then you get that paycheck and you get some money, and then you can start stacking money. And that's just the way it goes. I never I never spare changed. I never went to soup kitchen things. Yeah, it was weird. I guess once you cross that line and you say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to do for myself. I'm just going to rely on the kindness and charity of others. I think it's a slippery slope. I really think people get caught up in almost complacency. Like, well, I don't have an address. I can't get a job, which is true. But you can always get an address. You can use a friend. You can find someone. Back when I was homeless, you could go to these small like print shops and whatnot, and you could get an individual mailing box, like a P.O. box, for a couple months, whatever. And it was usually like $5 to $20. It was not unreasonable at all. And I actually have friends that are homeless, spanging like that. I have friends who have kids that are doing it because there's this huge, they've become rather enamored with the lifestyle. Train hopping, this, that, and the other thing, and they're traveling the country, which is great. I did the same thing, just not that style, you know what I'm saying? But it seems to be attracting a lot of people, and it seems to be getting bigger. And I think once people hit the road and they're homeless and they're not working, they're not having to look for that other dollar other than putting a sign up or going to soup kitchens and stuff, I think it just traps you in that lifestyle. I think people get so comfortable that they are willing to deal with the hardships that come with that lifestyle simply to not have to work. But I don't know. I'm not there. When I was there, I just wanted out. I remember when I was homeless, like, sleeping at night sucked. You always had to try to find some place where, you know, cops weren't going to come make you move. You didn't want to sleep on private property because then you could get potentially a trespassing charge, which would be a criminal offense, and that could screw your whole life up. We're passing a bunch of apple orchards. They're burning off some of the old stuff. Now, we have decided we are not eating at Sunnyside. We're actually already on the 26th, but we're getting off, we're turning around, and we're going back to, I just typed in breakfast into the Google Maps, and it came up with Coda's Fireside Inn and Pancake Banquet. We said, you know what, that sounds decent. Let's go check it out. There, I called it Sunnyside earlier. It's actually Sunny Point. There was just no parking at all. It looked to be, and didn't really look busy, but there was no parking. And I'll be honest, I have never seen a huge, I think it was because of the soup kitchen. All the homeless hippies. They didn't really look dangerous. I like the one guy that was singing and dancing to his ginger ale can.
Turn right onto Sugarloaf Road.
And I was actually homeless for a good number of years, living in a Volkswagen van, following the Grateful Dead, selling beer, water, sodas out of a cooler, making grilled cheese, burritos. And then I learned how to blow glass, and I started blowing and selling hand-blown glass. But yeah, I'm not knocking the hippies. I was very, very much a hippie. There it is. You see it on the right? ReelBabes was a homeless hippie herself. And she sold all kinds of stuff on the lot. The lot is what we call the parking lot of hippie type shows. Fish, Grateful Dead, so on and so forth. She actually ran, I guess what it would be considered would be a illegal build your own Bloody Mary bar.
Mm-hmm. It was an 8-foot tiki bar that I built on site at festivals, and I would sell 2 kinds of Bloody Marys. There was Naked Bloody Mary and the House Special. Naked Bloody Mary, I give you a cup of ice and liquor, anything and everything you could ever possibly imagine. To go into a Bloody Mary would be chilled on the bar, including 53 kinds of hot sauce and pickled pig's feet. The House Special was the Bloody Mary that I made, and I make a really good Bloody Mary.
Here we are. It looks exciting. ReelBabes brought up an interesting point as well. The first time we ever met was at her Bloody Mary bar in Bonnaroo, the Bonnaroo Festival up in Tennessee. I was selling t-shirts, she was selling the Bloody Marys. I walked up with my buddy Jack. We went to trade when we were gonna see. She wanted to trade a couple of t-shirts for a Bloody Mary. And she completely like shut us down and even got a little nasty. But that's the first time I ever met ReelBabe. Here we are. Yes, sir.
Eric.
It looks good.
It looks so good. I think you found a treasure.
Okay, so what are you doing?
So there's so many great sweet options. I was looking originally at the pecan waffle, and then I was looking at the banana pancakes, but I'm really in the mood for something savory, so I'm not sure. Those are both sweet. I want savory, not sweet.
Okay. I think I'm gonna do fireside, eggs, bacon, biscuits and gravy, stuff I usually do.
That actually sounds good and savory. I might do the same thing.
Okay, now you're on the spot. What is the first time we ever met?
Oh, yeah. So,
I already sort of told, but I want to hear it.
okay.
I already told y'all where we first met, so I want ReelBabe's version.
Well, for a long time, I thought the first time we met was at your bar, but come to find out a few years after knowing each other, we met at Bonnaroo, as I think it was. And I had set up my tiki bar, or my Bloody Mary bar, and you guys were selling t-shirts. You and Jack were selling t-shirts across the walkway from me. And you guys came up and wanted to do a trade. And you were my first customers, and I had no money, no food, no nothing. And I remember I was just like, yeah, no change, no deals. I'm not doing any bartering right now. I can't eat shirts. And you guys were so put off. You were like, she's rude.
You were.
I probably was. I was like, I can't eat no t-shirts. I need to eat today, you know? Yeah.
Yep, that's about it. You heard it from both of us.
Those home fries do look good. It's like, home fries are hit and miss, you know? They're either really good or just not. These look good. Thank you.
Oh, the ham looks good.
I know. Wow, so much fun.
We are now heading down the mountains on the 26th on what is known as the Asheville Grade. And we are going to be going downhill for quite some time. And this weather is just crap. Oh my goodness, it sucks.
It's not nice. Yeah.
Okay, y'all, we are getting off the interstate real quick so I can ship some hats and stickers out. And we're shipping a box to Puerto Rico full of some air gun stuff and horse tack for ReelBabe's horse. Here we are at the post office. Okay, y'all, we just got those boxes off, the stuff we're shipping, and Monty and Jesse, y'all got hats and stickers coming your way. So it was shipped in one of the priority boxes. It should be to y'all in 2-3 days. Priority goes pretty quick. Hope y'all enjoy them.
In half a mile, use the right 2 lanes.
We had to stop in Columbia on the way home, and there's a model train store, the New Brooklyn Railroad and Hobby Store, that is looking pretty impressive. And it was 8 minutes away from where we were, so we're gonna go check that out real quick.
Nice little Riverwalk area.
It is a nice little downtown type area. We're not downtown Columbia, but we're in a little downtown district of the suburbs. Here we are. I know you're excited. Oh my goodness. All kinds of Lionel stuff. There's a Christmas stuff in stock.
Wow, that is a lot of Lionel in a very small space.
It is.
This is pretty impressive.
It's very impressive. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff in here.
Stargazer.
Here's all the Polar Express figures. This is a cute little area of town, and I scored. I've been looking for one of the Polar Express Elf work trains forever because they came out last year and they're like $149, I think. And now just the set of 4 cars is like $400 if you can find them. And they had one in that store, so I bought it at the original price.